What are you going to do to get better today? Today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, when you think you're going to have plenty of time to do what you want. Get your priorities straight. That's not going to happen. And it's definitely not going to happen if you don't start putting in the work today. Nobody's going to lift the weights for you. Nobody's going to do the pull-ups for you. Nobody's going to go out and put in the road work for you. You got to do all that yourself. Quit waiting for the perfect time. Quit waiting for the perfect situation to occur. It's not going to happen. You want to know when the time is right? The time is right now. So what are you doing with your time? Are you doing something productive? Are you moving towards a goal? Making yourself better? Or are you letting time slip by? Wasted. Stop wasting time. Get after it.
What do you do when you have been telling yourself you can reach your goal and you lose it every day? What do you do when you've lost your spirit, you've lost your job, you lost everything, life is devastating? Once you are defeated in your mind, ladies and gentlemen, it's over.
So what makes ET different than everybody else? Every year I just kept going. And I kept going. And I kept going. And I kept saying one day gonna be my day. You know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna quit in the process. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give in. I invested too much to quit. I made too many sacrifices to give up. I paid too much. Listen to me. I cannot stop what happens to me, but I can dictate how I respond. So when life happens, I don't just sit there and cry. I buck back. I will greet this day with love in my heart, and I will overcome evil. And the problem with some of you in this room, you will never be great because every time you go through pain, every time you go through a problem, every time you go through discouragement, you give up and you quit and you do not understand that at the end of pain is your millions. At the end of pain is your reward. At the end of pain is your productivity. At the end of pain is your promise. So do me a favor, stop crying about it and use your energy to get through it.
The hard truth about life is we are trying to rush. We want everything now. And if it doesn't come quick, we will abandon it. Success takes time.
Even if it's not easy, even if it's hard, it's easier than not doing it and wishing that you had done it.
The moment of truth is here. The question is, are you ready? Are you prepared? Do you have the strength? Do you have the mindset?
So you gotta get disciplined. And you gotta eliminate all distractions. And you gotta get hungry. And you have to protect that hunger.
You don't get here by quitting when you're tired. You get here by quitting when you're finished, when you're done.
Discipline is the fruit of the champion's mindset. The masses are merely satellites of the status quo, where champions become the gravity that puts the world in orbit around them. See, to sell a dream to the world, you gotta first believe it yourself. And as a champion, I refuse to go to sleep until I'm better than I was yesterday. Grind, blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Grind. Charge it to the grind. Blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Grind. Charge it to the grind. You can't purchase greatness with Bitcoin. You gotta buy it in sweat. Work. You can't buy that championship with excuses. Your work ethic is your credit score. Blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Work. Charge it to the grind. I refuse to be outworked. And just in case you didn't hear me the first time, beast mode. I refuse to be outworked. The track, the court, the field, the weight room, the office. Wherever I go, I dominate my space. See, my goal isn't just to win, it's to make my opponent quit. Where I'm from, the land of the fourth and goal every play, every day. The scoreboard doesn't dictate how I play. My standard does. 24/7, 365. I'm a champion. You gotta understand. Greatness is not an outcome. It's who you are. It's a lifestyle, a way of life, legacy. It's not a trophy. It's not an accolade. It's the way you think. Right. It's a standard that you hold yourself to. My weapon is consistency. I can consistently outperform my opponent over and over and over, regardless of the circumstance. I don't take plays off. I don't take days off. Vacations are for losers, for the average, and I'm allergic to average. Average is the play. I'm a workout warrior, and I only have one level of effort, and that's all in. 120, all out, beast mode. I leave everything I got on the field. Come on, blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Hustle, charge it to the grind. I understand that success is a long-term game. Preach. It's a marathon to see who can last the longest. And you best believe when it's all over, I will be the last one standing. My mind is wired for victory. My mindset makes me unstoppable. Quitting doesn't exist. Failure doesn't exist. I refuse to accept anything but absolute victory. I bought greatness on the practice court. So on game day, I come with my receipt. And best believe I'm gonna get what I paid for. I will not be denied what's mine. For a champion, greatness doesn't just apply to sports. It's life. In my relationship, I win just like I do on the field. In business, I win just like I do on the field. In my spiritual life, I win just like I do on the field. In my finances, I win just like I do on the field. And when I hit the classroom, grind. I hit the books like I hit them weights. Mediocrity is too dangerous, too deadly, too contagious to let it exist in any area of your life. You make a mistake when you think you can contain it to one area. It will bleed over into every area of your life until it controls you, till it dominates you. So when you see mediocrity, you stomp it out, you destroy it on the spot. You give it no place in your life. Make every area of your life congruent with being a champion. Champions don't need to run trick plays. They beat you all day with the basics. Blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Grind. Charge it to the grind. Blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Grind. Charge it to the grind. A lot of you out there got 7-figure appetites, but you got 3-figure work ethics. Preach. You want the Aston Martin, the Lamborghini, the Bugatti, the G6, that beachfront, 30-room mansion, but you don't want to put in the grind that it takes to get it. You want to put your game in the microwave and in 1 or 2 minutes be Steph Curry, but that ain't the way it works. Greatness is still old school. You got to put it in the iron oven. It's got to go through the fire until it's purified, until it's pure perfection, 100% raw. Blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Grind. Charge it to the grind. Blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Grind. Charge it to the 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 grind. Blood, sweat, and tears. All in. Those are the only credit cards accepted here. Grind. Charge it to the grind. Champions don't need to run trick plays. They beat you all day with the basics. Dale Carnegie said,